I should say lawyer and co-founder of the SCOTUS blog and reporter covering the Supreme Court. You know, Amy, the opinion tracks very closely with what was leaked last month. Were you surprised the court did not rule in a more narrow way?
I'm not, actually. After the oral argument in December, the Chief Justice John Roberts was clearly advocating during that oral argument for the position that he ultimately took today, the idea that the Supreme Court could uphold the Mississippi law without formally overruling Roe and Casey. He was the only person at the oral argument who seemed to support that idea. And we saw in the opinion that was ultimately released today that indeed he did not get any other votes for that option.
Amy, what does this ruling do for potential overturning of precedent in the future?
So this is a case in which the justices said, we know that there is this principle called stare decisis, which is the doctrine that courts should not overturn their prior precedent unless there's a good reason to do so. And in this case, the majority opinion by Justice Samuel Alito said, we find good reasons to do so. We think that Roe was wrong when it was decided. It is not easy for courts to implement, and there are, people have not relied on this decision. There's a list of factors that the court said it should consider in deciding whether or not to overturn its prior precedent. And so this potentially paves the way for the justices to overturn other prior precedent. This idea of overturning prior precedent is something that the justices, clearly in anticipation of the ruling that we saw today, have been skirmishing about in other opinions involving seemingly unrelated issues, things like tax law and criminal law, whether or not you need to have a unanimous jury to be convicted of a felony. And so this is something that I don't think that today's decision resolves, that we are going to see this idea of overturning other precedent back at the court in the future.
You know, the way the decision unfolded was unprecedented. What are the power dynamics on the court now, and where does it stand as an institution?
So to answer the first question, where are the power dynamics? Clearly, the power dynamics are with the court's conservative justices. This was a case in which the Chief Justice John Roberts did not join the other 5 conservative justices in voting to formally overrule Roe and Casey. But we saw yesterday, for example, in the decision involving the Second Amendment, in a case last week involving the religion in public funding for private religious schools, that there is a solid 6-3 majority, and that when the 5 conservative justices want to do something, that the tendencies of Chief Justice John Roberts are not necessarily going to be able to decide the day.
Amy Howe, as we look at Washington Square Park on the side there in New York City. Thanks so much.